If you've seen magicians before, as I know you have, you may have seen them do something that they call the walnut, shell and pea game. And it normally uses 3 walnut shells. This is my version. This is the I couldn't afford the walnuts version of the walnut shell and pea trick. And instead of using walnut shells, it uses 3 matchbox drawers and a little white die. But the idea is basically the same. The die is placed under the box. The 3 boxes are mixed up. Basically, you have to follow where the white die goes. Well, a mix-up in slow motion might look a bit like this. Just a simple exchange of 2 of the boxes. I've done at this speed. It's pretty obvious where the white die is. It's over here. Yes, of course. However, if you were to start getting gamble happy and you wanted to put some money on it, I'd place this under here, and as you placed your money down, I'd do it slightly differently. I'd move 2 boxes at the same time, trying to confuse you. Well, if you're watching it carefully, you should realise that it should be under the centre one. But the strange thing is, it isn't under the centre one, it's actually under this one. And you look at it and you think, I don't care, I'm rich enough. So the dice goes back under the box again, you put down some more money. This time I would move them in a different sequence again, trying to confuse you. Well, if you're watching carefully, you should realise it should be over here. No, I'm afraid not, it's not over there, it's back over here again. Odd, isn't it? And so if I place it onto the back of that box and cover it with this one, and we do that, straight away it goes through the back of that box and underneath. If I take the dice and put it away completely, we can take this one stage further. I'm just going to stack the boxes one on top of the other, like this. What I have to do now is to remove the dice invisibly. You will have to trust me. No chance of that then. Place it on the top of there, and it goes down through that box, and ooh, look, onto the back of that box. Now some people say to me, sorry, I've worked this out now, you're using more than 1 dice. Would I do that? Well, actually, yes, I would if I could get away with it. Yes, the extra dice I'm using is that green one there, that green one there, and that green one there. And of course those 3 red ones there. It all started, and I'd like to just explain this to you so you can see how this all began, with just an idea that I had for this. And basically, take a matchbox out of there, lift it up, oh, there's a dice, sorry. I meant to show you a trick with a matchbox. Oh, sorry. That's a dice. I didn't mean that. Right, this trick with the match... Sorry, there's a dice. Okay, fine. So let's trick with the dice. So it's a production of 4 dice. And that's all I had. Just a principle, a way of producing 4 dice from a matchbox draw. The dice must not be taller than the depth of the matchbox. And also, if you take 2... Let's turn it over this way. If you take 2 dice and place them inside, there mustn't be a big gap. In other words, the width of the box has got to be roughly the same width as the 2 dice, but they mustn't be packed in. In other words, one's got to be able to move like this. When I first came up with this trick in the 1980s, they actually were supplied matchboxes. That was the standard matchbox in the UK. Right, so you need 3 matchbox drawers. Then you need 3 loose green dice, 3 loose red dice, and 2 white. Three matchbox with the drawers. The preparation you have to do is this. You take any dice, it doesn't matter which one, and you stick it into a corner like that. So as you're looking at it, it's the bottom right hand corner. You take any other dice, not from one of your little group, but another dice, doesn't matter what the colour is because it's never seen. You put some glue on it and you position it so that it's just right next to the loose one that's in the corner, and you push it until it sets in place. And you do that with 3 boxes. You'll notice I've got a white one in one, a red in another, and a green stuck in another. It's irrelevant. It's just so when I'm making them up, I use, don't use all the same colour in the dice. Don't worry about that because they are never seen. The setup then, once you've got these stuck and in place, is as follows. Take a green dice. You can use green or red first, it makes no difference. Take a green dice, then put a red dice, and then put a white one. You take a matchbox cover, turn it upside down, slide it in like this, and then turn it over and place it down. If you tilt the box in this direction, all the dice are down here. If you tilt it in this direction, they will stay in position. You do the same with the next one. A green one, red one, and a white one, like that. Reverse the thing, put it down, put it in, place it on top. The last one, you haven't got an extra white one. That's fine. That's meant to be like that. A green one and a red one. And that one has to go on top of the lot. And what I usually do is I usually get a rubber band and I put a rubber band around them. This is not a table hopping trick. Place them down at the front of your mat. You lift off the top two and put them down behind it. Top one, put that down. You bring your right hand across and your left hand to the other end. And with your right index finger, your second finger, just push the drawer out a little bit. With your left hand, grab hold of that and slide that away. So the majority of the movement has been done with your right hand removing the cover rather than the actual drawer itself. Do the same again, just push it out, second or third finger, makes a difference. Draw that away. And there are two grips, grip 1 and grip 2 if you like. One of the grips is where you come across and this second finger and this thumb grip half on back and front, grip half of the box and pick it up. If you do that, what you will do is, because there's one stuck in here and the others are all loose, you push in the sides, it will hold them all together. So you come up like this and you pick it up. The other way of gripping it is where you only grip the top quarter of the box. If you put it in your hand and you grip it there and you lift it, it will release one of the dice. So depending on whether you use the first grip or the second grip I've just shown you, will depend on whether you release the dice or whether it stays in. So this is how it works. You come across and you give the big grip, this first grip, you move the box over to here. You come back. Now this actually has got a gap here, so you can pick it up in the second grip because there's not a dice in this position just here in any case. That's moved up to there. And then you use this grip number 2 on the end here and lift it up. And that will release a white dice from inside this one. And you come across here and you pick it up in this second grip, you lift it up, place the dice down, and you're going to bring this down so that the dice goes back into its position, its gap in here. It's not going to go down here, it must go back into this, roughly into this position here. And you get used to it after a while. And I tend to use my thumb or my finger behind just to steady it. So now I've got a block of 4 all here again. And explain that a mix-up, you're going to mix up the boxes, and a mix-up would look like this. You just grab the boxes and very slowly move them around, gripping them so that the dice do not move. You say, well, the mix-up done at that speed, it's pretty obvious the white dice is over here. Use that end grip like that and show that yes, it releases the white dice, so yes, the dice is there. Pick it up, put it back into its little slot, its little position. See, I've moved 2 boxes at the same time. Move them like that, then exchange them with the middle one. You do it really slowly. Now, whereas before you were gripping at the end, now you grip it all the way along, so when you lift it up and tilt it back towards yourself, there's nothing there. You place it down, grip this one by the end, and it will release a white dice from that one. So apparently, it's not where it was. You said it was going. They thought it was going to be. It's actually over here. So that's a little surprise. Oh, well, let's try it again. You put down some more money. So this one goes back into the same little gap that the other one was doing, and now you move it in this sequence. Moving what was the end one down to the far end. Well, if they're following it closely, they realise it should be over here. You come across, you grip the whole length, lift it up, nothing there. Come and grip this one on the end, it releases a dice. You take the die, place it on the back of the box, and you put it roughly in the middle, but towards the back edge. You pick up this box, which has got its gap, and you're going to place that straight over there, just as you do when it's on the table, but this time it's while it's on the top of another box. Then when you do this, and you grip the whole length like that and pick it up. It's apparently disappeared from here. Do this second grip, it releases the dice from underneath. So the illusion is that it's penetrated through. You say, look, actually, if I put the dice away, we can take this a stage further. I'm going to stack up the boxes. Grip the whole lot like that. That's grip number 1. Move it over to there. This one you can use grip number 2 because there isn't a white dice in there. You mime the removal of the dice, invisibly placing it on the top, and apparently push it and squeeze it all the way through. Use that end grip to take that one off, end grip to take this one off, and it will release the dice so it's on the back of this one, and you pick that one up by the end and just move it. This is a way of saying there's nothing underneath it without actually stating as much. Now, you move slightly to one side, and you bring your finger and your thumb to the back edge of the box, and you squeeze inward slightly and lift it. It will release a red die. You do that 3 times, and it will release 3 red dice. And then you push these together. So you go 1, 2, 3, and it looks like it's the end of the trick. So, oh, and of course these 3 green ones, which goes, whoa, and it builds it all up again. It's like the double load in a chop cup. You know, were you surprised by that, Lemon? Or this is the one that surprises me. It's the second one. It's the double whammy. I love that finish. It's so strong, and it gets such a great reaction.